Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we are reviewing The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 15. But before we start,
I had a crazy day.
You had a crazy day?
Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel. If you guys want to try to see how to look out like me, I'll show you how.
Ooh, they ain't ready for all that.
Thanks.
Okay. So this episode starts off with Ross after checking Kenya and Sheree real quick. He get up and he leave. Cause that's probably was the best thing for him to do. Cause y'all didn't took him there. Cause he's
I did hear, cause I watched the speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear Candy say that went on like for a little bit longer.
Him and them.
Not necessarily just them. I guess production, whatever. I guess he decided to just, let them know how stressed he was.
The Kenya and Sheree jumping on Sanya went along longer than what they show, and he had enough. Yeah, I believe it. He said it was like watching his wife drown, and he couldn't just sit there. So he said something.
Well, listen, I knew everybody was gonna be like, because they say the same thing all the time. The husbands can't get involved, and so I asked my dude, I was like, so was he wrong for that? And he was like, nah. And I'm like, I feel like if I were Sonya, I need my man to ride for me. Like, I don't care.
I mean, no, it was a night nobody else was riding for. They all sat there and watched her get attacked. So, It
wasn't her going at it with a person. It was both of them tag teaming her.
Right.
I'm still, as much as I think Sonya's still wrong about everything else.
Right.
That right there, she was not wrong. And then at the end of the day, like, y'all had fun. It wasn't even that serious. So why are we even doing that? Y'all making...
Well, that's basically what Candy was saying. Kenya was trying to explain why Sonya was wrong, and Candy was like, "Look here, it was a misunderstanding. She got caught up at work, and she ain't had time to check on things. That's not important at the moment."
Isn't that how you would have thought of it, though? I would have been like, she at work now, like, so let's just go ahead and do it. I would not like expect her to check on me to do what? What is?
And she said you guys could come if you want. So she probably just figured you guys didn't come.
I want to.
Yeah. Sanya sitting up there talking about she was upset Marlo didn't have her back. She see that she just blow where the wind. Well, Marlo has nobody's back. So
I mean, Marlo or Sheree? Sheree, you mean?
I thought she said Marlo. She said Marlo sat there and watched her get attacked.
Oh, she had an issue with Marlo too?
Yeah. She said she wanted her to have her back. She thought she was gonna have her back. Nobody had her back. Ross had your back, and that's who's gonna have your back.
And that's who's supposed to have it.
Exactly.
Marlo's not a nice person. She's an evil person, actually. So you decided to align yourself with that crazy bitch. Like, you do have eyeballs, and you do see how she get down. So that's on you, girl. So, and then Candy was like, y'all had more fun on the boat anyway. We said that when we watched it. We'd rather be on the boat. The boat was fun, Then Kenya started going, and that's another thing. Why she ain't check up on us when we was on the boat? Because she needed to? That didn't make sense. Well, that's still, Kenya is still on one. Like, all of that to me, Kenya is just like being an asshole on purpose. But Sheree, you're aligned with. So what? And Candy was like, well, still in fact, if we had to choose who was the better host between Sanya and Kenya and her trip, Sanya hands down won that. Okay. Because at least they was eating. She made sure y'all ate good. Y'all ain't eat. She was feeding herself over there. Y'all was over there starving for dear life. Yeah, y'all ate good for sure. Which honestly, on a trip, that should be the easiest thing. That's the easy. When you go to a resort, there's always food, so that should be the easiest thing.
And she didn't have nothing for them to do. Or
She had all of that stuff planned for them to do.
Yeah.
Like they can't say they went on a vacation and didn't do shit because she had.
Kenya had them stuck at their house.
And I feel like that's why Ralph was like, because that night before, or while they were getting ready, then you probably vented to him like, I did this and got all this shit together for them, and they acting,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And he had heard her side of it, I'm sure, because that's what I would have been doing. Like, these bitches got me fucked up. And then he stepped in and was like, she had enough. Like, she wore out.
Yeah. Drew, of course, also felt that Sanya was wrong, you know, but she's just joining in because she got
No,
it.
she didn't. She don't like Sanya, so she's not.
Yeah.
It's really easy, like her or not, it's really easy to say who was wrong in this situation. We know that Kenya's just fucking with her. And I don't know what Sheree's excuse is. That's your girl.
Sheree's just a bone collector. She just like to keep shit going. Cause she didn't even have to bring the shit up, honestly, at the table.
Right then, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
She the one got it popping. But Sanya ended up coming back to the table and told them the agenda for the next day. Well, we got Sheree on the phone with the lady helping her with the fashion show. It's 3 weeks away from the show. She ain't got no samples. She ain't got no models. She ain't got, sound like nothing. Okay. So Marlo announced.
I don't know if she does or if she doesn't. Like, is she doing this just to make a, you know,
build up
a lot? Like, she doesn't have her fabrics and she's on a date with Martell. Like, girl, do you have the time for that?
Child. She got it. We already know she got it. So Marlo let everybody know in the group that she is the temporary host while Sanya is at iFit.
See, I feel like there you go with some more messy shit. That's messy.
Yeah, and everybody ain't on because everybody is not getting along with Marlo. So why would you make her the host?
Here's the thing, ladies. You gonna it's in a group text. Everybody got the message. Marlo's not gonna tell me what to do. So you setting up, you know, you're not in charge of the girls.
Yeah. And then she let them know she invited Sheree the night before to go to iFit, which made Kenya feel some kind of way because she did. She sat down with Sheree and she apologized and once again said that was not her intention. And you know, if she wanted to come, she could come.
That's the alliance. That's what she's chosen. So now she got to try to.
Yeah, well, so that's why she put Marlo in charge because she's being petty, and it probably was a little petty. Y'all got issue with her now for the put her in charge while I'm gone. There's a little pettiness sprinkled all the way around, you know. So everyone is at lunch. They get on the bus, they go to lunch. Everybody minus Drew, because Drew foot is tore up. Drew should have took her ass home, like Candy said. She should have took her ass home. That shit was swollen. Sheree talk about you know, the conversation she had, her apologizing. And Kenya felt slighted. She was like, well, I see that's how Sanya deals with conflict. Here's the thing, Kenya. I don't think she was at that point that night to apologize to you. Like, it is what it is. You been acting a fool this whole trip.
You've been antagonizing her, so she ain't trying to fuck with you right.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden these birds started pooping on the damn table and on them and and they sat there too.
I wonder why the restaurant chose to put the table there because like first when it's a nice full ass juicy ass tree, birds is gonna be pooping on shit. Like I feel like there's always poop on that table.
Or gonna scoop down and grab some food because birds are bold.
Yeah,
and y'all sitting right up under there. I know some of these dudes around here snatch it out your hand if you ain't watching.
You're slipping, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when there's a gang of them. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably shit on that table all the time. It's a restaurant. They should probably be like, don't put a table right there, because
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Marlo suggests, come on, everybody, let's go eat by the pool. And Todd and Kenya and Candy was like, I'd rather deal with the poop than deal with your ass.
I would
Okay.
rather have shitty bird table. Wow, Marlo.
All
They would
right.
rather their food under a shitty rain tree.
Oh Lord. Well, eventually, they did come over to the pool table, but they went to their own private bungalow. We're still not gonna be over there with you. We're gonna be over here in VIP, what Todd said. So Marlo is sitting up there talking to Sheree and Mayetta, because Mayetta did come over there to, Mayetta at this point, she's cool with Candy. She's just trying to be peaceful with everybody at this point. So Marlo bring up the whole argument between her and Candy, and Sheree was like, well, Candy instigated the convo between you and Ralph. Did she? Yeah, but she said somebody was gonna say, if it wasn't Candy was gonna say it, Kenya was gonna say it, I was gonna say it. You got a lot of nerve talking about some damn body after you didn't did, but you didn't did. And then Mayetta did try to talk to her and said, well, I understand mentioning the boys, that right there would get anybody upset. But here's the thing, don't act like she ain't say nothing about the boys. She talking about you.
She said you are in a similar situation.
Yeah. How dare you talk about what he ain't doing when you just put the boys out? She ain't saying nothing about the boys. She talking about you, child.
Well, and I feel like she did it on purpose though. Like she was feeling away.
Oh, Candy.
Yeah. I don't think it was so much because I don't know. I think it's just because you're being a fucking hypocrite.
It is because she being a hypocrite. Yeah. Somebody was gonna say that the time if it wasn't Candy,
Well, I mean, a lot of people were saying that she was standing up for what's his name, Ralph, and I was like, I didn't really see it like her standing up for Ralph. I saw her like checking Marlo,
like how you. She wasn't standing up for Ralph. She was like, how you gonna talk about him and you out here doing this shit?
Right.
Pot calling the kettle black. Can't do that.
Because she was going in, like she was doing the most.
She was.
She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Marlo though, because she is just now having her peach, but she's been on the show for freaking ever. So she know how all of this shit, she's not a new like Sonya coming in like, how do I maneuver through this shit? That's not how, what it is with her.
Right. So Sonya, she arrived and they all get on the boat and on the bus and they go to a river safari. Can you tell me this is the Golden Girl version of whitewater rafting and she needed more excitement? See, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, I would love to do the Golden Girls version because I was like, that looks chill as fuck.
That was chill. I was like, whatever. They was sitting up there like he said on the lazy river because that's what it was, and they had their drinks and their little cocktails, and they were chilling.
Whitewater rafting. Okay, girl, you can do that.
I ain't got to do that. I'm done. I'm chilling. I'm good floating on my drink. Right. That was real chill. It was cute. It was real cute. Yeah. So Marlo and Kenya, they sitting over there riding together. And
not Marlo and Kenya.
I mean, Marlo and Sheree. I mean, Kenya and Sheree.
Yeah.
Riding together. And she started going in talking about Ross, he a man, and he's standing all up and cursing and being aggressive, and it's not fair because she ain't had no one to stand up there for her. Okay. I'm gonna go and say,
I knew that was gonna be the narrative afterwards. I knew when he stood up, that's what they was gonna go with it. So
yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's what her husband was supposed to do. And I'm sorry that you didn't have that experience with your husband to understand what a real man do in that situation. But he wasn't finna sit up there, like you said, that thing went longer than that. He wasn't gonna sit up there and just keep letting y'all beat up on his
no, but he knows his wife. He knows when she's feeling like defeated for real. I promise you, they had that conversation.
mm, mm, mm. Child. I was like, don't do that. And don't take it no further than this day either. Don't take it no further.
And say aggressive. Now that's what we doing. Y'all sure
Yeah.
be real like selective when it's okay to say aggressive and when it's not okay to say aggressive.
Man, stop it. So we're getting ready for dinner. Drew, once again, is not coming. Okay. Mayetta go over to see Candy. Mayetta husband chill as hell. He like he probably really been enjoying himself with this
I
last.
say like he's definitely an upgrade.
Yeah. Oh, girl, yes. Yes. And that fool's still out there acting a damn fool.
She's probably like, girl.
But that's what she
here's
get.
That.
Yep. Yep. So she's telling Candy, she was trying a little halfway bond with Marlo. She was over there talking to her and she was opening up. And Candy was like, that's what she do. She goes straight to, the whole bringing up the childhood trauma and
Nobody gives a shit. Like, you know what? Everybody goes through stuff.
yeah.
My stuff might be different than your stuff, and you might not view it as that deep, but to me, the shit was affecting me. You know what I'm saying?
She do that though. When you get on her, that's her go-to. I was a foster kid and I was this and that. What that got to do with what we talking about right now? Nothing.
People grow up under all different kinds of circumstances and they're affected.
Stop it. Her and Kenya got that in common. Kenya brings up the husband.
Kenya can be shitty though. Like, I think I've been digging her this season, but I ain't team twirl now. She be doing some shitty stuff.
Right. They got it in common. She brings up the husband when she trying to get out of some shit. And this one bring up the foster care. So the colors for tonight was black, green, and gold. Okay, the Jamaican colors.
I like it.
Yeah. They had some pretty green. You don't really see greens too much.
I do because it's my favorite color, so everything I have is green.
Really? Green? They have some pretty greens. They have some pretty greens. Well, child, Candy and Marlo end up wearing the same damn shirt. They were just different colors.
That shit is funny to me.
And then Kenya came in and was like, oh, I almost got that shirt. That's the Alexander McQueen. I almost bought that.
It's a brand, so that's what Marlo does. And
right. So Sanya sit there and she go around and she asks everybody what is their highlight.
How much is that freaking shirt? I'm gonna find out.
You want that shirt?
Yeah.
You want the green one?
No, it's an Alexander McQueen. I just want to see like how much is that shirt.
Oh, you want to see how much?
He's no longer with us, so
too much for me. So she asked everybody what is the highlight of their trip, and Sheree go on talking about the race, going on the track, betting on Marlo, and Marlo goes on this whole trip. Oh, thank you. I listened to that because all I can hear is you saying, go Marlo. And I got that recording. Anytime I'm down, I'm going to listen to that. Thank you for uplifting me. I'm like, Marlo, that ain't what it was. That ain't what it was. And you lying. That ain't what the The highlight of the trip was Sheree, your ass and them on that boat. You can go and quit lying about that.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna talk about the track, I thoroughly enjoyed watching Sanya run, even without her shoes on. Like, I really wish the bitch would have put on some shit and
Right. You
gave us
put on the uniform and let us really say.
Drew. Yeah. That would have been dope.
Yeah. So Sheree brings up while she's talking Marlo's issue with Candy. I was like, why did you do that? We ain't have to do that.
But she ain't got shit to talk about, so we might as well talk about.
So let's keep up shit. Cause she been the one keeping up shit the whole trip. Well, who said it? Oh, Marlo say, well, it was truth what she was saying. And Candy was like, what you said about my husband was not truthful. Okay. So they going back and forth. Candy let her know I'm not Michelle Obama. If you go low, I go lower. Ty was like, look here. The next time you two go low, can you leave me the fuck up out of it?
Right.
Marlo was like, now you got to cuss at me. Oh my God, a man cussing at me. Was he cussing at you? He said you two. He said the two of you leave me the fuck up out of it. Stop it. We're not gonna do that. We're not playing victim.
Oh, here we go. He's aggressive.
Oh my goodness. And she was like, and that's why when you was going in on Ralph, that's why Ralph couldn't say nothing bad, because it would have been this whole.
I was going to say, like,
man
so
saying
if
something.
they're all at dinner, because these husbands, and usually the only other show that has so many husbands, because half the cast of all these shows don't have a freaking husband. But I would say New Jersey is the other one where the husbands be at everything. Like, they do everything together. Every other show, you get a sprinkle here and a sprinkle there. But Jersey and Atlanta, this season, the husbands have been in just about every event that they've gone to, for the most part, the husbands. So are they supposed to just sit there and just be the husband?
That's not reality. We want reality. This reality show. Would your husband, would your man just sit there? If we all sitting around?
No.
Right.
Not as much shit as he talked. No. I was just thinking about, like, so in my real life, if it was like us and Trisha and her husband, yeah, me and her husband probably wouldn't have a whole lot to say, but them two would probably be like, because they both talk a lot,
right,
and do the most,
right.
So Todd is very much laid back. So is Ross.
Well, she apologized and she agreed to leave the husbands up out of it, and at that point Ross excused himself, and so did the rest of the men, because they was like, we've had enough.
And Marlo, based on what you were saying to Todd, how is he supposed to respond to that? He's supposed to, like, because
it was like you came on the show ready to
like,
say
wasn't
that.
Nobody talking to you. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you're gonna use as an excuse. But she was like coming for Todd directly while he's sitting there.
It was like she came on the show waiting to say that. She never had a moment to say it. So you brought it up and just at any moment, the first moment you could. Yeah, because it made zero sense.
This is why, how can you say something to Ralph because you got a similar situation going on yourself? Well, that's why your mama disrespect your husband.
That right, where'd that come from? That had nothing to do with nothing, child.
We're not talking about that.
So when the men left the table, Sanya looks at Kenya and was like, so what's up, Kenya? What's up with you?
See, I said this too. When I watched it, I was like, okay, Ross, she started that shit. So this time, you can't say shit.
So she tells Kenya whenever she's talking to her, she disengages. She just don't pay attention. She just, doing something else whenever she starts a conversation. And then she told her she been ungrateful despite this being a amazing trip. And Kenya was like, oh my, the ego tonight. So they do they whole going back and forth. Neither one of them letting each other talk. Sanya tells
Well,
Kenya.
what do you want me to say behind that, Sonia? What was the response that you expected?
She asked her what was her issue. And she said, you be so dismissive, but Sanya get to talking and she don't be complete no sentence. Like she can't get her thought out of her head.
Jumbles all of them in together. And so then you're like,
yeah. And so
because her issue is not an issue, though.
Just say you were being an asshole this whole trip. That's my issue.
Late on purpose. Like,
you was late. You didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And then you started some shit with me when it wasn't even no reason to start shit.
I will say this is exactly how she did Drew. Except for Drew didn't see it coming. At least her and her and Kenya got a little tension. They've been back and forth. Drew thought they were friends, and she just hit her with this. By the way, I really don't fuck with you like that.
Kenya told her she was inarticulate explaining herself. Okay. Then she asked her, what issues have you had since I hung up on the phone with you? So what issues have you had since? This girl said, let me think. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. So when you said to Kenya, so what's up? Like, were you prepared for that fight? Because
I don't think she clearly wasn't. Candy was like, she can't handle Kenya. I don't even know why she went there with Kenya.
Right, because this is where she will twirl on your ass. She just sparred with Mimi and Sandra, them old school. When that bitch said, what did she say, bitch? What did she say? To Marlo, that was my favorite thing.
Oh, Kenya?
Something about her having a criminal record.
Kenya. Kenya calmed down. She did tell her she was open up to being friends with her, but she didn't like being disrespected. But she liked the fact that she is accomplished in what she do, so she liked that, But you just gotta. The problem is you came in taking sides. That's what the problem was.
It wasn't even the taking sides. You kept trying to make a thing with Marlo and Kenya. I could fuck with Marlo and fuck with Kenya, and if y'all don't fuck with each other, then I don't want to be in the middle of that.
Like Monyetta doing.
Right. I don't think
she went hard in the paint. She went hard in the paint for Marlo, and then put herself in it.
But when she's wrong, no. But hell, Sandy over there talking about she don't want no kids and stuff, so she might really be like, because Deuce be off the chain, so she might be like, yeah, girl, 30 days sounds like a good thing. Like,
yeah, she probably
30 days.
Yeah. So they end up making up, child, and then they cut out and then cut back into the show and let us know that Candy and Marlo somewhat made up at the airport because Marlo had some KFC and Candy couldn't resist having the piece. So she played nice to get some chicken.
Candy said they had a whole scene where Todd and her and Marlo were in the scene together, and Todd, when Marlo sat down, she said she got up and walked away and went to the bathroom. And so while she was going, Marlo and Todd had a whole apology, and he accepted her apology and shit. So she's like, well, if he ain't mad, then what the hell am I mad for? So I'm gonna eat this chicken.
So give me some chicken.
Yeah.
Child.
But it wasn't just like Candy being like, whoa, since you got that chicken.
That's all how they played her.
They played her like that.
That's all how they played her. Well, child, next week, y'all, I guess Martell gonna show up. He gonna make his appearance next week on the show.
No, not Martell.
Well, who was that? That one Martell that
It
came in?
wasn't Tyrone. Martell's not on the show. Stop it. Nobody asked him to come over here.
When she said she needed some male models, I thought that was Martell that walked up. It wasn't.
I don't know. I gotta go look again.
I thought I could have sworn that was him that walked up. That she said she was talking about she needed male models.
No, I don't know. It just it's a conflict of interest. He works for OWN. I don't know. Maybe doesn't look alike.
Shit, I halfway think Carlos and Andy working together. I kind of halfway because there's too much interaction between the housewives going on.
I don't know. They're competing with each other. That's for sure.
D, come on to close us out.
I mean, I don't see why Carlos should be giving Andy no damn lifeline if that's the case. Like, I mean,
well, we gonna see who that is, child. I thought that was him.
So who knows?
Oh, he getting ready. He getting them arms ready. Come on up.
Smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe to our channel.
All right, y'all.
See you tomorrow.